Comcast.
They told me you are the man.
I mean, he definitely was with America's Most Wanted, Death Certificate, and The Predator. And he became a little less the man with Lethal Injection and the Are We There Yet movies. Not to mention, Jesus Christ, Fist Fight. But I guess he is all about the Benjamins.
That's artisanal.
I'll be the judge of that.
I know James is undercover here, but does anyone think he can validate the quality of this passport by using this one tiny light thingy? James is about to find out they've been made, but all he can honestly see are the guys walking away, and there's no way he could even hear that text on this crowded street. And even if he could, how would he know it says this, and not just, hey baby, coming over later for some foot f***ing? The first 3 minutes of this movie has more slow motion than the entirety of 300. First off, James shot the door in locations that definitely should have killed or seriously injured Marco. Second, look at where he's shooting. It's like inches away from killing that valet, and the valet doesn't even f***ing flinch. Look, if I wanted to watch a car chase through the middle of Atlanta as the opening scene of a movie, I'd watch Baby Driver. Also, speaking of that chase through the middle of Atlanta around 3 p.m., where's all the goddamn traffic? Some bullshit. Oh man, if only Omar provided his employees with that super duper laser doohickey that Nick Fury used to carve through the asphalt in Winter Soldier. James would have taken one look at that hole and immediately abandoned his search, just like Bucky. Ben is a f***ing high school security guard, so Angela must be making bank for them to be able to afford these crazy nice digs in a big expensive city like Atlanta. What does she do for a living? Why can't we get more of her story, which is probably much more interesting?
A car chase? Come on.
Lieutenant Brooks would be excellent at CinemaSins.
And especially not for some lowlife nobody's ever even seen before.
We know what he looked like when he was 9.
Wait, what? If no one knows who Omar is, how did they get the childhood picture of him and know the exact age in which it was taken?
With all due respect, that's bull.
Jesus Christ, I swear 67% of Ice Cube's dialogue is comprised of bullshit, and not bullshit as a concept, the actual word. Also, this tired-ass superior police officer yells at hotshot detective cliche is so warmed over that Ice Cube himself made fun of it 2 years earlier in 21 Jump Street. Tell me again how this movie was a hit.
You're white! You're white!
Now laugh!
You go with them, you get drunk. Now that you're drunk, you can't play basketball. How long before you drop out?
Damn it, that hypothetical situation escalated quickly. Also, I'm sure Ben has a special bond with this kid or whatever, but if he knows the other kids are skipping school to get drunk, why doesn't he at least try to stop them? Or given that he's a security officer and all, have them face the consequences? He's literally watching a substantial group of kids truancying.
I done waited all day to look at this.
You're telling me there wasn't any point during the day until now that Ben could have looked at this letter about his acceptance into the police academy? Holy James hates Ben so much that he went into his phone, uploaded this silly-ass picture, and changed the ring to this obnoxious alert noise when he calls. That's an obsessive level of hate, man. Ben should be trying to avoid him.
About a chromosome away from being a midget.
That's racist.
Enough of that nastiness.
But he waited through all that sex talk before this reveal? I mean, they've been saying nasty for like almost a minute. Did James just finish?
You have to go.
I got my sandwich over here.
But just a second ago, Angela said James was eating a hot dog. Did Ice Cube settle that stupid internet debate in this movie and no one noticed?
I was wondering if I could get your blessing to ask Angela to marry me.
Here's Ice Cube shooting a dude in a dream sequence, and the song that plays over it is a Cypress Hill song? He's right there!
I just want to show you the real me. I don't want to be known as the guy who set you on fire.
Is Ben trying to marry Angela or James? Because this just became a way better movie if it's the latter.
Tomorrow, I'm gonna take you on a ride along.
Roll cubits.
Morning.
James is so ever present at his sister's intimate moments that I'm starting to have a lot of questions about this relationship. All the cars are backed into these spots, but why? And furthermore, how? There's not enough room to turn around in here unless you do that f***ing Austin Powers trick. So you'd have to back into the lot all the way from the street. So again I ask, why and how? Geez, this sequence of them entering the building has lasted f***ing forever. They should have named this movie Walk Along.
You mean about leading to Omar? The guy that no one's ever seen before? Lay off, James.
What's up D-Day's ass about this whole Omar thing? James is a detective doing detective. Sure, his methods are destructive, but he is busting bad guys. What the hell else is he supposed to be doing?
Give me all the 126s you got today.
You want 126s?
Man, anytime cop movies do this numbers bullshit, it's basically as annoying as the pronoun game.
Today is your training day.
Let me tell you something about that movie. That's motivation right there.
So the movie Training Day exists in the reality of this movie, but Dr. Dre was in Training Day, so there's also an NWA in this reality. So it's super f***ing crazy that no one mentions to James that he looks exactly like Ice Cube on a daily basis.
I'm the definition of tough. My mother was a stripper. Dance name was Asphalt.
This might very well be Kevin Hart's best movie, which might deserve a sin removal. With that said, this might very well be Kevin Hart's best movie, so...
So, how's it going?
Horrible.
I mean, Ben could just take Angela off speaker so James can't interrupt, but then we wouldn't have this classic Laurel and Hardy routine to entertain us.
Stay in the car.
I'm going with you.
No, you're not.
What the hell was James's plan for today? To lightly annoy Ben at times, then conduct actual high-level investigations without any interference from a guy that he knows is all about interfering?
And after this, we taking off the training wheels. Sick of this putt-putt.
At least we know that Ben will be first in his academy class at mixing metaphors.
This is bull. Bull is my middle name.
Really? Must have been a rough ride through middle school. Also, it's cute how PG-13 action comedies constantly throw around like the that their older R-rated brothers can get away with.
Let me show you my world, the real deal.
James, and therefore movie, has time for this. Didn't he just get actionable intelligence from Run Flat?
You don't move your top lip that much. I move my top lip so it doesn't come out stern.
Jesus f***ing Christ on a Twinkie, this dialogue is exhausting. I actually like Kevin Hart, but he's trying way too hard to be Kevin Hart XL in this movie. For all this tired overacting, this gets 30 extra cents. I'll be honest, I've never seen this movie before and I'm seeing it in real time, so I don't know for sure that as soon as Ben shoots this, he's gonna go flying backwards as a half-assed joke about his size, but I know for sure that as soon as Ben shoots this, he's gonna go flying backwards as a half-assed joke about his size.
Serbian?
One had an accent.
Let's go.
Instead of questioning the one person that may have a direct tie to the investigation with which James is obsessed, he immediately bounces? Maybe he should go back to the academy and audit Detectiving 101.
Copy.
19, come again?
Hold up, wait a minute.
You know, I was empathizing with Ben for the first part of the movie, but at this point I'm actively rooting for James to kill him.
You want me to arrest that? No money. You guys clean this out.
Actually, he still has briefs on, but semantics.
Thought it'd be different. Thought I'd be better.
On his first day, that is technically not even his first day? This script is so devoid of character development, I'm not sure how smart Ben is supposed to be. But to get into the police academy and to score a relationship with someone like Angela, I'm guessing smart enough to know that James has been f***ing with him all day.
You wanna know what's wrong? Everything is wrong.
You, man. You got your ass kicked once by a big drunk dude. Seriously, this character has been shown to be consistently oblivious to any slight or pitfall, so there's no way he's ready to throw in the towel this easily.
No, wait a minute, Ben. Did you say Crazy Cody?
James didn't change Cody's name when he was telling Ben. Angela knows who he is, and Ben will surely tell her the story.
You ever heard of a 126?
Yeah, it's a cop code for an annoying situation nobody wants. They do it to rookies. Why?
Is everyone in this f***ing movie an idiot?
All in all, I got to say, today was a good day.
Gotta play the hits, eh? Ooh, next we find a way to work in no Vaseline into the script. You know what this PG-13 soft-ass pseudo-action comedy needs? A strip club scene with zero nudity.
You're my chill, man.
Put the gun down.
Why'd they draw their guns in the first f***ing place? They're in a dark strip club and could have escaped easily once they saw the cops. Also, I know the Gold Club in Atlanta has a sterling reputation, but I find it hard to believe that they're trotting out this A-level talent in the early afternoon. Okay, I know Ben realizes that the 126s are annoying situations, but outside of the incident at the market, they are actual situations. So this dumbass macho performance should have ended as soon as he saw the f***ing guns being drawn.
You think because you're better than the average riffraff that gives you the right to do things your own way?
Is he though? One thing I'm almost positive this movie has shown us is that James is a f***ing terrible cop.
To tote that little civilian bastard into an active crime scene?
Is the boss still yelling? I've honestly tuned out and assumed that James told Brooks that he's getting too old for this.
I can only cover your ass so much. So clean your up, or I'll clean it up for you.
Did Ron Motley just offer, nay, threaten to wipe James' ass for him?
You wouldn't last one day out here.
Seriously, this conversation has been 90% of this movie. Here's hoping Lawrence Fishburne is in this for longer than he was in Passengers, just to break up the monotony. Damn it!
Forget both of y'all.
I haven't seen a dubbed this obvious since Sigourney Weaver in Galaxy Quest.
It's going down now.
Okay, up until now, it's been somewhat believable that Ben has stayed with James, mostly because he was continuing to with him. But now they're headed to a giant raid involving one of the most ruthless killers in the country, and James can't call this asshole a cab?
I'm on my way. Yeah, calling for some heavy backup.
It's not like this movie couldn't have worked. In moderate doses, Kevin Hart is funny, and the plot isn't horrible. But it's half-assed like this, where you know John Leguizamo is dirty, just given the way the camera frames him, that make this just a f***ing chore to watch.
I've been helping you all day.
Oh, you have?
Yes.
Is that why you just shot somebody? On accident?
Come on, that's not fair.
No, it's not. It's also not fair that anyone has to watch this movie, but here we are.
Time for jokes is over.
Or in the case of this movie, it never really began.
Surprise.
Assuming you've never seen a movie, I mean, even the way the dude delivers this line leads me to think he didn't even believe it.
Now things are not going to end well for you.
Then kill him now! Did this movie seriously just have a checklist of stupid cliches, and when all of them were checked, they just stopped writing?
Wait a minute. You're Omar?
Even though James assumed no one had actually seen Omar, he didn't actually know that, and Ben is taking a Mission Impossible Fallout chance here that none of these guys have ever met him.
Well, I thought Omar was 6'4".
Man, this movie will go to great lengths to apologize for Ben, a f***ing civilian, shooting several people during this day.
I gotta cut you. Don't you go. What you think I gotta do? I gotta do it.
These guys can clearly see and hear what's going on here, and yet they are doing nothing about it. Ben has literally shot 2 people up close, and dabbing James with a knife is making him nauseous. Sudden Lawrence Fishburne! Oh, who gives a right?
You think you've been looking for me, but I've been watching you. I've been following you.
I feel like Lawrence Fishburne is always playing some version of Morpheus, whether he knows it or not.
I'm gonna get with you later.
Why? He's right there, and you already killed that other asshole.
You just walked into your own assassination.
Well, we'll open the boxes and find out, won't we?
And not shoot you like I had originally planned, for reasons unknown. Why is everyone shooting at each other? Sure, James punched a dude that was near him, but the Serbs and Omar's crew had nothing against each other. Was it so he could thin the herd in this overstuffed and overlong scene? Yeah, that sounds about right. So were the guns replicas or not? Were the Serbs trying to double-cross Omar? God damn it, movie, you had one job.
Damn, you shot.
Come on, dude, I know he's probably riding high after that shootout, but there's no goddamn way a weenie like Ben is gonna ignore being shot in the leg for all this time.
Lost a little blood. Just gotta get you to a hospital.
If James had a phone this whole time, why is he just now calling someone?
What does that mean?
Means I'm on my own.
Oh, I always never wanted a direct sequel to XXX State of the Union. Not that I'm necessarily complaining, but I'm pretty sure Angela's character is gone this entire movie without wearing pants.
WWJD.
Shut the
This is what you spend your one F-bomb on? A completely innocuous scene that requires a whisper? This is a waste of Ice Cube's talents, and I demand a full-throated you.
If you actually want to win, you have to listen to me.
Angela never plays these games and goes out of her way to avoid them, but is somehow naturally a badass. Ready Player Dumb.
I read you all wrong.
Actually, no, Ben has been a selfish bastard with the propensity to scream and run at the first sign of trouble. You literally did see him throw his girlfriend, your sister, into trouble when you showed up at the house. And really, the only reason you got out of, then back into the situation at the warehouse was his inability to ignore his own ego. So, bully for this relationship, but I call shenanigans on the reasoning.
Thank you, ass face.
Actual YouTube comment on the CinemaSins page somehow made its way into this movie. Also, damn it, this joke actually made me laugh out loud, and rather than removing a sin, I'm gonna double the sin for squandering all the potential this had. Dude, I know this is a nice big apartment and all, but everyone would have clearly heard that in this room. Punching, flopping, quipping, excitement.
Behind!
He had a gun this whole time that he was fighting Ben. Isn't this supposed to be the baddest gangster in the history of ever? Man, one day I wish I could be Lawrence Fishburne and accept large paychecks for this amount of work.
Move.
This works. I don't know if we've ever done this before, maybe because it's too obvious, but just in case, here's a good guys are wrapped in blankets for no reason at the end of an action movie cliche. How f***ing cold did it get all of a sudden? When Angela turned off the TV around 10 p.m., it was a fairly balmy 62. And yeah, I guess the temperature could have dropped a ton since then, but that would be an epic f***ing shift within an hour or so.
James, this is unnecessary. This is stupid.
Exactly what I was thinking about this ridiculous post-credit sequence.
Dude, where's my car?
Where's your car, dude?
Dude, where's my car?
Does anybody have a 20 on Black Hammer?
I told you I wasn't gonna slide.
Infiltrate the dealers, find the supply.
You want the hammer? Then go get the hammer.
The hammer is my penis.
Things go well, I might be showing her my O face. Oh.
Nobody you get to use as an excuse for ignoring the rules of engagement.
Lieutenant, this was a special...
Nobody! Wipe that smirk off your face!
Today is your training day.
King Kong ain't got on me!
I'm taking the teachers on students.
Atlanta Vice! Everybody be cool!
You think you've been looking for me, but I've been watching you. I've been following you.
But I'm no puppeteer, Kevin.